Who are you, government, to tell me anything? I was born into this world. You didn't create me. So now I'm born into a world where I must listen to what you tell me. Even if I disagree with what you tell, I must listen to you, or you will imprison me and lock me in a cage and I have no freedom.
I need to meditate or medicate. My mental state is never fake. I keep the dead awake, but can I get a break? Controversial, outspoken, hip-hop Frank Zappa. Bad breath, body odor, overweight, stank rapper. I misbehaved a bit, the industry was afraid of it. I couldn't take a shit without lawyers litigating it.
He's a fuck. He's obnoxious. He's a misogynist. He hates women. This shit is toxic.
Oh, bitch, stop it. I hope your pop get his wallet picked by a pickpocket and your fat mother drown in a puddle of pig vomit. All I cared about was trying to get inside vagina lips and biting tits. I was unstable, fighting, having violent fits. A point I might have missed, more irritating than psoriasis. Is at the height of this, they tried to hire a psychiatrist. My career fell apart, taught me how to be humble. Watch the $1.8 million deal crumble.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Anarchast, home for anarchy on the internet. I've got a fellow 1980s white rapper on. He's gone on to do much better than me. I don't know if you know this, RA, but back in the 80s, I was the number 2 white rapper in Canada.
Your name to me is just another pronoun. Humdrum, your beat don't swing, you're like static, like all the other suckers that cling. I'm coming straight from the north and I'm right on course, and it'll knock you back with the boom of my force. My runs don't slouch, they stand erect, and the Jeff Steele crew is in full effect.
Unfortunately, there was only one other rapper, and that was Tom Green. I don't know if you ever seen him freestyle, but he's actually pretty good. When I heard him, I was like, all right, I'm out.
Check the OR, you like it so far. Smack your back and you deal with a deep scar. I will test you from the west of you. Now you know that I'm better than the best of you. I'll remove you quicker than a band-aid. Pay backstage and I'm gone like a renegade. And I don't delay, want the replay like Sinatra. Got you my way.
Tom Green was a rapper?
Yeah, you didn't even know that?
I didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah, he was really good. Like, well, you know, for the 80s. What's that?
You guys were rapping in the 80s?
Yeah, like 88.
Oh, yeah, because there wasn't too many Canadian rappers, even black rappers in Canada. The first black rapper, or first rapper, period, that came out of Canada was, do you know who it is?
Maestro Fresh West?
No, that's always the answer everybody gives. It's a shame because the first one was female, Michie Mee. She was out of Toronto.
Oh, yeah. I love Michie Mee. She's awesome.
Hear me when you hear me and boost your stereo up. When I erupt, I start smoking. The mic is hype and live because I'm awoken. It's a shame there's not a day rough like this. When Michie's on this mic, it's enough niceness. Those who diss the Mich and pretend talk behind my back and then approach me as a friend. In the end, you're a phony. It only has to be either you're jealous or your man's running after me.
And she was 14 years old, going through the Bronx, battling everybody. She was like literally from Canada, a little girl from Canada, came to New York and was just obliterating, Brooklyn female MCs. And Michie was down with Boogie Down Productions before Scott LaRock died. And then she went on to the First Priority family with Milk and MC Light and everything. So she's like a legend, but a lot of people go, Maestro Fresh West. It's like, but she was before him. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Jamaican funk. She was awesome. I didn't know if she was before or after Maestro. I was a big Maestro fan, actually. He was great with Let Your Backbone Slide, Let It Rip, Let the Rhythm Slip While the Lyrics Leave My Lips.
Yeah, he went platinum in Canada. Michie actually was the first one to ever sign a major deal outside of Canada, too. She signed to Atlantic Records, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I remember, Tom Green actually had a group called Check the OR, Organized Rhyme. And I was trying to rap back in the 80s. And as soon as I heard him, I was like, well, I'm not even the best white rapper in Canada, so I quit. And I've gone on to do like a few sort of joke raps like Bitcoin all the way up and fuck the government. But you were one of the original white rappers. And you've been around the game. I think your first album was 92, right?
Yeah, well, I started rhyming when I was 11 in the 80s, and I was from black party to black party to neighborhood, and I was just obliterating kids, And then in the early 90s, a buzz started happening throughout. It wasn't just parties; it was like in the industry, and then 92, I got a big bidding war where all the labels wanted me because I was still a teenager and I was still better than everybody, so it was pretty cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And I don't know why I was good at it. It just happened. It was an accident, like a couple of the boys in the neighborhood was rapping and I just got better than everybody in the area, But in the 80s, I wasn't better than the professionals yet, but, I was the best, like, amateur rapping around in the neighborhood. I destroyed all the amateurs, all the street rappers. And then, but I wasn't like Rakim and, I wasn't like those guys yet that, I started stepping my stuff up in the early 90s, mid 90s. And I started really, really becoming powerful with the tool, So.
Yeah, I saw you were rapping with Rakim. You've also rapped with Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang Clan, Cool G Rap, Notorious B.I.G., Vinny Paz. And that's actually why we're talking, is because Vinny had to back out of Anarchapulco because of a family thing. He had to go to Europe. And I talked to my buddy Luke Radowski, and I said, who can we get at like last minute? And he brought you up. And so that was really great that you filled in.
Thanks for, I'm the second fiddle. We can't get Paz. Let's get RA. Paz has a family out in Austria. So maybe there's problems with the family over there.
I don't know if it's problems, but he said he had to go see his kid in Austria. So what can I say?
He does. His little boy lives out there.
Yeah, so you're a new dad, I think, so you understand family comes first, so totally understand.
But trying to understand it, when there's a check or something, I'll hop on a plane real quick and throw my kids somewhere, like because I'm setting it up for them, like they're gonna own everything, when I'm gone. So so if I leave them somewhere for a minute, or bring them with me, like sometimes I'll bring them out to different countries. My daughter's been to 8 countries already. She just turned 4 last month, so so she travels with me sometimes when her mom lets me. I like bringing her wherever I can. I like bringing my kids with me. But this Anarchapulco, Anarchapulco. How do I say it?
Yeah, you said it right. Anarchapulco.
Yeah, that's not enough time. It's just too crazy to bring 2 babies to an anarchist event and try to get them back and fly them to Germany. It's too much. That's too much wear and tear on them because they're flying back from North Carolina the day before the event, and then Mexico would be that day, and the next day would be back from Mexico and then directly to Germany. Like I don't want to beat my kids up like that, So.
Yeah, no, it's crazy enough that you're doing it. You're basically flying in to do the concert, flying right out to head off to New York to pick up your kids to go to Germany. So we really appreciate all that, and really looking forward to it. So one of the reasons, there's a number of reasons I wanted to have you on. But first of all, I want to say though, by the way, I really loved the latest video you put out, Legendary Loser. Basically making fun of mumble rappers with the
lyrical content wasn't, but the imagery we were. I added all of them combined into one weird, crazy man monster.
That was great.
All of them, and the tattoos kept changing. One time Stitch's mouth, next time the 6ix9ine guy, and the next hair was the little whoever the hell the fuck they. Are we allowed to curse on this show? I don't even know what.
Oh yeah. It's we're anarchists. There's not a lot of rules.
It was a lot deeper than just a parody. There was a lot of different messages in that record. If you've seen it, I'm sure you're smart guys. So yeah. Yeah,
no, it was really good. We played a little bit before we started this interview, but for anyone who hasn't seen it, definitely check it out. We'll put the link to it down below. And while I got you, what is your thoughts on mumble rappers?
Oh, what happens to any art form when too much money gets involved? It doesn't matter what it is, but it happens to every single one once it starts becoming a success. Is you dumb it down. You slowly dumb it down, and make it easier to digest, easier and easier and easier. And that's what has come to okay, let's just mumble a melody and do the same, the same flow as every single, the same exact copycat format and dumbed down, simplified. And that's what happens to everything. I mean, look at cinema right now. It's like they get mad at Martin Scorsese for saying, Marvel movies aren't cinema, but it's true. It's like they know what to market, how to make a dollar, what to make, and here this is going to do this, and it's not cinema like that. So it's filmmaking. They are making films, but just like mumble rap is music, but it's this new dumbed down thing. Like, just give them superheroes nonstop. Just give them easy to digest melodies that mean nothing. Go ahead, and that's what happens to all art, dumb it down. And not just art, you see politics, science, just dumb down politics, make it for really stupid people. So we'll all get involved because I like politics, and I hate that person, they're bad, and that person's great, I like them, but they simplify it all, like any subject, it doesn't matter what it is. Once money's involved, it's dumb it down. So.
Yeah, Donald Trump's a good example of that for sure.
It all is, though. I mean, look at Trump is the dumb of the dumb down, but Obama was a start of it too, because it was like, oh, he's doing a cool dance. Oh, look, he's doing like they weren't. It wasn't about Obama's policies. It was about how cool he was, and he look at the songs he has on his iPods. Another way, that was a dumbed down thing too. But now, Obama was, eloquent when he talked, and he was an intellectual, or at least sounded like an intellectual, and he knew how to really deliver speeches. Trump now, they just got the say whatever he wants, even if he's wrong or right, doesn't matter. Hey, I'm me, and gets worse. And the people who follow him and love him, even when he's ridiculously wrong, they still defend it because they're in love with the guy. It's like, it's the dumbed down society, but it was the same thing, like I said, with Obama before that, where like, it didn't matter that Obama was starting wars with country after country and murdering civilians. It didn't matter because we like Obama. He's our God, that's what it is. And now Trump is a God for a whole different side of the country. You know what I'm trying to say,
Yeah, absolutely. And same with rap. I remember back in like the 90s or even the 80s, KRS-One with I'm a Philosopher, and even Public Enemy. Yeah.
Well,
now it's just Mumble and
Teachers, X-Clan, a lot of knowledge dropping. Even King's son, who was a Bronx street dude, he was coming out with, pro-black records. And it was like, somebody was saying the other day about how music was always... art always had drugs in it. When in the 60s it was acid, this, that, and boom, boom. Because complaining about the rappers today, how they rap about perks and everything. And then I did make one point out one thing though. I said that the hip hop community was very anti-drug. Even if they were doing it themselves, they weren't saying it on record. They were saying, hey, listen, don't do that. like White Lines was like a cocaine theme song, White Lines, blow your mind, all about blowing all the higher baby, doing all the coke but it was don't do it. Don't do it. It's like, and Grand Poobah, all of them, cracked out. It was all, MC Shan, who his whole crew, and Cold Chillin' and Warner Brothers, they were all smoking the pipe. They were on the pipe. But when he was painting pictures about smoking the pipe, he would do it in a negative light. He wasn't saying, hey, come smoke the crack with me, So, yeah, it is different, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was talking to you about coming down to Anarchapulco, I asked if you're a voluntarist or anarchist, and you responded, I don't know exactly what title I would give myself, but I don't believe in being born with government-made laws that we must obey exactly what they tell us, no matter how much we disagree with the law, and if we don't obey, they are allowed to lock us in a cage unwilling. And I do believe in, if I'm not hurting anyone else, leave me the fuck alone. It ain't no one's business but mine. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much an anarchist or voluntarist.
Yeah, I don't want to, yeah, I'm an anarchist. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I am, but honestly, like who are you, government, to tell me anything? I was born into this world. You didn't create me. So now I'm born into a world where I must listen to what you tell me. Even if I disagree with what you tell, I must listen to you, or you will imprison me and lock me in a cage, and I have no freedom unless I listen to this a big money making monster machine. Like no, I don't believe in that. I believe in certain things where like as a society we could decide like, hey, don't kill somebody. Like we were saying, don't hurt nobody. If you don't hurt nobody and you mind your own business and you do what you want to do to yourself, do what you want to do to yourself. Who are they to say, oh, don't fuck hookers? Who are they to tell a hooker, don't sell your body? Hey, I'm a grown ass woman. Let me sell my body. Hey, I'm a grown ass man. I want to buy some pussy. Like, hey, I want to get on that blackjack table and play cards or play some cards with my boys and put some money up. No, we'll put you in jail. My man got locked up in Staten Island for having poker games, like, come on, who the fuck are you? And they're all profiting off of that. It's like, so you're going to take away my freedom for playing a game and putting money into it? Like, who are any of these people to tell us anything, oh, I want to take a certain drug. I'm a grown-ass man. You're going to come and protect me from it, but then you're going to have the government, and the medical institutions, medicate everybody and give them all this shit that they're depending on. And then when they can't get it, they're going to heroin and going to the streets, and it's your fault too, but meanwhile, if we do a drug on our own, put them in jail for 20 years, it's like, fuck them all, Yeah, I believe in our freedoms, and let us be and leave us the fuck alone. Just leave us alone. We don't need you, So.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And one thing I've always noticed about rap is it's a very freedom type, almost every rapper, they're talking about, like NWA, fuck the police, like get lost, like you're always busting us down for having some plants in our car and stuff like that. I wonder, like, from your perspective, so many people in the rap industry, do people talk very much about this sort of like, libertarian sort of ideas, or they just kind of recognize that the government has not been a good thing for the most part in their life?
Well, it depends who you talk to. It's like a lot of them are brainwashed too. They listen, they follow what they read on Twitter and the narratives that they feel like they're supposed to follow. And, and if you go against the narrative that they're being told not to that they're being told to follow, then all of a sudden you're the bad guy. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Like if you talk to Mortal Technique, he'll, I don't know if you ever interviewed him.
Yeah,
he has a lot of things to say. It depends who you're having a conversation with, or like if you talk to a lot of the Wu-Tang affiliates, they'll talk to you for hours and hours, and you'll be like, yeah, okay, Then you go on tour with some of them guys, and you're out there trying to bang, groupies and this and that, and they're sitting in the room watching, documentaries on the history of governments, and there's a lot of people who try to look deeper into things, and a lot of people who don't care and just say whatever they can to gain points on social media, like, hey, if I say this talking point that everyone agrees with, I'll be looked at as a hero, it's like, and everyone will retweet me and say what a great person I am. So let me make a tweet about that. They didn't really mean none of it, so it's a lot of fake motherfuckers in the business,
Yeah, just like anywhere. But you actually mentioned everyone who's performed at Anarchapulco. Mortal Techniques performed, and some guys from Wu-Tang Clan performed the year before that. And so we definitely have the right kind of rappers coming down.
Yeah, there you go. But you say, same as everywhere where you got fake motherfuckers. But the music industry and entertainment industry, period, is a higher level though, because politics is there too, but the entertainment industry is about these people. They put on their fake masks. That they that's their whole thing. Is how do I entertain? How do I look good? How do I look like somebody would want to buy my product? Like that. That really is. Each person has that and thinks about that, and it's like so. There's a lot of fake masks, more than average in the entertainment industry. It's really gross, And even when you talk to people that personally, you have conversations with them, and then you see what they're typing on the internet. You're like, you don't believe none of that, and we talk but you don't want to go on the internet and snitch on them. Like, hey, that's fake, but you go, come on, you motherfuckers is all fake, all of them, like 90% of them, So.
Yeah, I saw Eminem I didn't see it, but I heard he came out with a track that's like anti-gun. I think even Snoop Dogg put out one a couple years ago, something like turn in your guns. Turn in your guns. It's like, what the heck? Some
shooter song and it's trash. I did a shooter song. I wrote it a couple years back, and it's going to be on the new album. And it's the way the shooter song's supposed to be done. It's not no pandering ass record. It's a real one. So.
That's awesome. Looking forward to that. And I know you're a busy guy, and I really appreciate you coming in. So if there's anything that you haven't mentioned that you want to mention, please do. And if not, why don't you just let people know where they can get more of your stuff, whether it's your YouTube channel or whatever.
Well, the new album is All My Heroes Are Dead. It's supposed to come out April. We don't have an official release date, but it's finished, and it's in the can, and we're knocking out all the videos right now. And there's some heavy political stuff on there. But there's also some, like the joint I did with Immortal Technique is very political heavy. And the one I did with Chuck D from Public Enemy is political heavy. And I got a couple solo ones on there where I'm saying some real shit. But there's also, me being who I am, a maniac, crazy, having fun with it too. And also a lyrical assassinator, obliterate you type of rapper where I'm just destroying everybody. So there's a little bit of every flavor, in the intro, I describe what's on the album. I'm going to release the intro before the album though, but All My Heroes Are Dead. It's going to be my most successful project to date. It's going to do really well for me. I put a lot of time and heart and money into it. I wasn't playing with this one. I had, all the live musicians come in. I had producers, we really took our time and the mixes. Chris Conway, he's a legendary mix engineer. We sat there for hours and hours and days and months, really making it work. And there's 19 songs on it. And, we did I do a million songs. So, but this is the 19 I broke it down to. So I can't wait to knock people over the head with this record. But right now, the first video out is called Legendary Loser, and it was directed by Jonas. He directed Cub, and he's from Belgium, and he's a monster behind the cameras, and he really made this thing look like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we did it for nice. I don't want to give away the budget, but he really hooked it up. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I totally loved that video. That was really great. So I look forward to the album coming out with greats like Immortal Technique and Chuck D and a lot more political talk and not some of this mumble rap bubblegum stuff.
There's a lot more rappers on it too that I didn't speak on yet, but there's a lot of legends on this record and legendary DJs. One of the DJs, I got a lot of legends on here, but DJ Jazzy Jeff is one of the greatest turntablists that ever lived. And I did a song with Afro, who's my young artist, and he obliterated the cuts, and Afro obliterated the flows, and it's really one of the hot records. Yeah. So.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. So where should people go? Like you might want to mention your Instagram. How can they make sure that they see this?
R.A. the Rugged Man. If you Google R.A. the Rugged Man, Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, it all comes up. Some of them is R.A. the Rugged Man Official. We got the stupid little blue check marks on everything. So they verified us, which I still don't even understand the verification thing. Like when they started verifying people, I always thought it meant, to make sure that people that people know it's the real you. I thought that's what verification meant, Now it's like, well, this person isn't credible as a person to be verified. So that's not what verification. You don't judge it's supposed to make sure that people know it's the real person. That's what I thought it was. Let's take somebody like O.J. Simpson. He's O.J. Simpson. Even if you hate him and he's a killer, even maybe he's not. I'm just saying. But why isn't he verified? Just because they don't like him. But there's a lot of people like that. Not just killers, but people who aren't verified that figured, hey, that it's the real person, right?
Yeah, I know because I'm a big crypto guy, and a lot of people fake my image. I'm fairly well known in the crypto world, and they scam people all the time. And I'm like, can I get a blue check mark so people know that it's the real me? And no.
Because they don't like, crypto's the villain, you know that.
Right.
So hey, we ain't gonna help him out. He's a crypto guy. He's a threat. Everything's a threat to them. They're all pussies, man. Everybody. And now with the online, they're all trying to control everybody through verifications and through Googles and through YouTube. It's like everything is. They're coming down on it all. When the internet started and everything was just open and we do what it's like now, but they're not regulating it for safety. You know that. Yeah, obviously you know that. They're just regulating it so they could have the power over the people to not, make sure what they don't want to be seen is not seen, So
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely out there, support like the cool rappers, people like Ari, the Rugged Man, and not all these phony, fake mumble rappers and all that kind of stuff. We'll have the links to everything all down below. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in about a little over a week. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm gonna promo it too this week too. I just was doing video stuff. So and I think I did a song, a government record actually that's coming out on Thursday. It's not my song, but my guy Screw Jones, who I grew up with, he did one. And I'm on it with him and Napoleon the Legend is his name, and Mad Squabbles, young cats that are dope. And we did an anti-government record, which drops. Oh, nice. Which the video drops this Thursday. It's not my record, but like I said, it's my boy Screw Jones. And I grew up with him, and it's pretty. We did some street shit. We did, it's not like the big Hollywood looking production I just did for Legendary Loser. It is more just, a couple of us in the alleyway with the cameras, street shit. But it's dope. The director Mo, he did a great job. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Screw Government sounds like my kind of track. All right. I'll let you go. Thank you so much. I'll see you in a little over a week. Really appreciate it. And that's it for Anarchast, your home for anarchy on the internet. Peace, love, and anarchy.